Welcome back, brothers, to Wax the Slabs. It's the immaculate Jim Subby, along with the all-American Clay here today. We're going to lay the smack down right here on... I can't do it for that long.
I'm the macho Subby.
Oh, yeah! No, kicking things off here on Wax the Slabs this week. Hello, everybody. Welcome back in. We missed an episode last week, so we got a lot of things to talk about today. And first off, the big news that came out, that happened yesterday, Hulk Hogan passed away.
Yes.
Sad. You know, I got a Hulk Hogan Funko Pop here. Just a few weeks ago, I bought some. When you and I were down in Springfield at a card show, I picked up some PSA Hulk Hogan cards from, I think it's 85 or 86. So I picked up those and didn't really know it, but yeah, here he passed away. The Hulkster life. He was one of my two childhood heroes. I had Dan Marino and Hulk Hogan as the two guys that I looked up to in sports, and sad day.
You know, it really was. It was a big shocker. Of course, everybody's getting older.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of people in several different industries pass away here of recent. And one thing about Hulk Hogan, that was kind of me and my dad's thing when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And now, of course, this is a couple years before
me,
your time there, but this was before the WWF, before the WCW. This was back in the good old-fashioned days, and you know, you had Rufus R. Jones, the Junkyard Dog.
Yeah.
You had Hulk Hogan. You had Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
You know, I remember playing this day. I would pretend I was Hulk Hogan. I'd be on top of the couch. I'd jump down on my dad's back off the top ring rope.
Yep.
You know, as either Hulk Hogan or Jimmy Superfly
Snuka.
Oh yeah, coming down off of that ring rope.
Oh yeah,
so
great
man,
memories.
that was very sad news to hear yesterday, and you know, just another reminder that you know, we're only here for a short time.
Yep.
We better make the
Best
most of it.
And you know, that's the coolest thing about sports cards. I want to do a little transition here, but that's the coolest thing about sports cards is they capture moments. They capture memories. When you see a Hulk Hogan sports card or Andre the Giant or any celebrity that you like, and their memories embodied in a sports card. And you know, we have a collections of cards that are just memories in a box, you know,
Yes.
on a piece of cardboard. So that is something that you'll never forget. And you know, we look at things each and every week. We look at cards, who's hot and who's not, and we judge purchases of cards off of who's doing good. Well, you want to capture who's doing good because this is the moment. This is their
Yes.
moment. So, I got this card when he hit 8 home runs or whatever the case may be. So, sports cards kind of ties into those memories, and you know, definitely remember these legends for years and years to come because they're embodied in sports
You know,
cards.
you think of the nostalgia. I guess the value in the nostalgia of wrestling cards and football and baseball cards, and that's something that kind of drove me to the hobby.
Right.
Was you know, the classic 1974 Johnny Bench. His card actually depicts him running back to the dugout doing like a Willie Mays catch with his catcher's gear
yeah.
on, catching over his back. I remember that game. This is you know, the wrestling cards. One thing that I found really unique, and I purchased some wrestling cards, and I have some at home, and I'll be tonight. We'll talk a little bit about trade night, but I'm going to be bringing in some 1985, 1987 wrestling packs.
Cool.
Unopened. And but one thing about those wrestling cards, when they first came out, they were snapshots of the bouts that they were having in the ring. So it wasn't just, you know, Hulk Hogan posing with his belt. This was him lifting up Andre the Giant over his head for a body slam. I mean,
That's
those
cool.
are the kind of captures that you get. That is what drove me into collecting, and I think that's a big driving force for a lot of us.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at some news around the hobby, things that are happening. We've touched on current events with Hogan's passing, but All-Star Game was just recently with Major League Baseball. How did I knew you're really into baseball, of course, but into that game as well. How did it turn out for you?
You know, I a lot of years I don't watch the All-Star game. I watch the Home Run Derby.
That's my favorite too.
You know, you watch the celebrity softball games. You know, I watch those events leading up to the All-Star game. It's kind of like the All-Pro NFL game that they have. That everybody's going about half speed. Yeah, they're having fun, but here over the last couple of years, I started watching, and there gets to be there's a lot of rule changes this year.
Yeah.
In which we seen one of them play out for the first time ever, and that was the first ever swing off, in which instead of the game ending in a tie, they had a swing off.
Okay.
And so each manager picked 3 players on their roster that they're going to choose to go up to bat. And obviously, being a swing off, whoever hits the most home runs is going to win the game, so to speak, in the swing off. And a lot of pressure came down to one of the guys that came up here about 8-10 years ago. He's been around the league for a while. Kyle Schwarber was kind of a fill-in. They told him, said, Kyle, you're going to go up there. We're going to pick you to go hit some dingers. and I'll be darned if he didn't hit 3 in a row to win it for the National League.
Oh, wow.
And matter of fact, Kyle Schwarber is on our hot list this week.
Because of that?
As far as cards going.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was really a fun game for me to watch. Now, unfortunately, Bobby Witt did well. He was one of our representatives. Our Bubick, who was the pitcher that got the nod to come in, and he gave up 3 of the National League runs in 1/3 of an inning. So we had mixed results with some of the Kansas City Stars that were participating in the All-Star game, but all in all, man, it was really a good game. I'm glad I tuned in.
Good.
Yep.
Last week, Brittany and I watched the WNBA All-Star game. We didn't watch the game. We watched the skills challenge and the 3-point contest is what we watched, kind of like the home run derby for baseball. We didn't watch the game itself. We watched the skills test, and Natasha Cloud came out, the champion of the skills test. That was really fun. The 3-point contest was a lot of fun as well. So we watched a lot of WNBA. Really getting big in our household is the WNBA. Emma's into basketball. Brittany's into basketball now. And we've been collecting those cards and looking for them, but also watching the games and getting involved with watching Indiana Fever as well as the New York Liberty and all the other teams. So we're having a lot of fun doing that. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, one thing that I caught here over this week, and I'd say probably a lot of the listeners, watchers of the video might be in tune to this, but I was waiting for the announcement that came out on the 23rd from Sports Card Investor, and that is Sports Cards HQ, major YouTube channel for sports cards out there.
Great guys. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we dream to be with Wax the Slabs. Yeah. They have a great podcast.
We just got a little more growing.
Yeah, got a little bit more growing to do.
But the president, the founder, Jeff, he had kept announcing over the last couple of weeks that they're going to change the hobby, that they found out a fault in it, and that they're going to change the hobby forever. Well, the big announcement, basically, you guys know that the repackers, the repack industry we're talking hundreds of $millions a year in repacks.
Let's quickly explain what a repack is.
Sure. So basically, you or I, for Wax the Slabs, we could create our repacks. And basically what that is, we might determine we're going to do 50 repacks, meaning that we are going to sell 50 packages that are going to be, say, $100 a piece. Okay. And we're going to fill each package with a card. You're going to have a floor. You're going to have a ceiling. Okay, as far as value. So we sell them for $100. You're going to have the floor being $10. And then you got the ceiling might be a $250 or $500 card. and you buy them. They mix them up, and
Okay.
you buy them. But the thing about it is, it's taken the industry, it's taken the whole hobby by storm. You have every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there having these repacks, and there's nothing there to keep them honest.
Right.
Okay, I mean, they can sit there and sell you 100 of these repacks for $100 and tell you that there's a top card in
Right.
it, but never put it in there.
One of the big ones is Arena Club. If you've seen
Mm-hmm.
Arena Club, they have 3 different levels. Emerald, I think 4 different levels. Emerald, gold, silver, bronze. And they have all these different levels that you can buy a platinum pack that's guaranteed to have a card between a certain price point, but it's going to cost you the bottom of that price point.
Yeah,
So-
in Arena Club, we open up a can of worms there because that's all digital cards.
It's digital cards, yeah.
So, because digital cards, I honestly will never
Get into
ever understand
I don't
the
get it either.
digital aspect of it. You get the card in digital format, but you don't get the card in your hand.
Yeah.
That to me just blows my mind, the amount of money
That people are spending on it.
that people invest in those. But so what they did at Sports Card Investor and Sports Cards HQ was to team up with PSA. And they have what I guess is coming out on the 30th of this month. They're going to have baseball, basketball, and football repacks.
Okay.
And PSA is now going to certify repackers, meaning that you send all the cards to them, they grade them, they will keep the cards in a vault, and then you submit to them a checklist of cards that you want in your repack.
Okay.
And PSA will actually put them in a saleable box, shrink wrap them, and send it back to you. You don't know what's inside those boxes, so Sports Cards HU has no idea what's inside those boxes. They just get them, and on July 30th, they're going to introduce them on their website for $299 a box. The floor is going to be a $150 slab, and then the ceiling was like $1,800 to $2,200 slab.
Wow.
Is the ceiling, but they're guaranteed authentic, and
Graded
the
cards.
checklist is going to be 100% legit, and it's going to be kind of equal chances for everybody who joins into that. Now, I think I'm not into repacks.
Right.
So I guess if I was one that were buying repacks, I would say this was probably a good thing. But I'm just wondering, Clay, if this, they got thousands upon thousands of cards from Sports Cards Investor that they graded, that they put in slabs, that they're packaging this up. Does this have anything to do with the delay in getting our cards back?
You guarantee it, because they're going to put partnerships. They're going to put money that they're guaranteed to have from another business partnerships ahead of customer. I hate to say that, but they probably are. And that's what makes it so tough. That's why I see a rise of GMA graded cards. GMA gradings have really taken off. Great little clear package. The slab is nice. SGC is kind of behind too. So, but I hear more about SGC than I did 6 months ago. So, I do think PSA has a priority issue on their hands. But
now you heard some rumblings again this week about the GameStop.
Yeah,
and
the
PSA, didn't you?
GameStop still trying to acquire and trying to purchase PSA. And if they do that, then there's another twist for the industry. They're going to be putting all their cards. Then why would they continue to partner with Sports Cards HQ? Because they have their own retail side. So
exactly,
there's a lot in the hobby that's changing. I think the hobby's growing faster and faster than ever before. So many people's interested to it. My father-in-law is talking to me about sports cards. He's seeing stuff on social media, and he comes to talk to me. He's like, probably because I'm over at his house searching on his internet sports cards. Now it's popping up on him, and he's talking to me about the new Chrome packs coming out. So everybody has a little idea of sports cards, and I think it's becoming so mainstream. I even seen Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank talk about a new asset class called Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Yeah.
Logan Paul talked about sports cards and collectibles.
Forbes magazine
Yeah.
talked about that especially during COVID.
Yeah.
I think sports card investment actually went up to maybe like the top 5 or 6 safe investments with your money. Of course, we were going through a pretty volatile time during that time, but.
Well, that's the look at our latest hobby news. A lot of things are happening, and we do the best to try to keep you up to date. We don't know everything. We don't try to share everything, but we give you our point of views on the headlines at least.
Sure.
Happening tonight, Friday, July 25th, is our trade night. We finally announced it. You've probably seen it for the last 2 weeks on our Facebook page. I think we're going to have a packed house here tonight at the old Radford Media Complex that we film our studios in, and very excited.
Oh, man, I am too. Standing room only.
Standing room only. We're going to have a trade night. Everyone's bringing their collections, everything from raw cards to graded cards to who knows what we'll see tonight. A lot of people has reached out to you. A lot of people has reached out to me, said they're going to be here, so we're looking forward to that. Tonight is our first trade night for Wax the Slabs.
Yeah, and I tell you what, on Friday night, and you might have to make up a few brownie points with the wives or girlfriends, or bring them along.
Bring them along.
And for date night, there you go.
There you go.
So all you husbands,
really? Come on.
all you husbands and boyfriends out there, just tell your lady that you'd like to take her out for a nice dinner and
grab some milk on the way home.
And have a good date night tonight, and then just swing on by down here.
But we can't exclude the ladies. There might be ladies interested too. Come on out, ladies, and bring your collections. We'd love to see.
Oh yeah,
what you can do with trade night tonight. Let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about new releases.
Oh yeah, there's a few of them. There's a couple big ones.
Big ones. Came out on the 23rd of this month was Topps Chrome Baseball.
Oh, that's a big one.
Big one.
Yeah,
and I seen the Paul Skeens 1-of-1 Logo Man was already redeemed. Can you believe it?
I can, and I also seen RGL Rippers. He did 3 boxes of Topps Chrome. Okay. Now we can talk about this. This can be a whole episode right here, and especially when you talk to guys that as young as I am. We used to get packs for 49 cents a pack. Mm-hmm. RGL did, of course. He is on YouTube as well. Good guy. He was ripping 3 boxes. He ripped a Topps Chrome hobby box with guaranteed 1 auto, and then he ripped a jumbo box, guaranteed 3 autos.
Wow.
And then a collector's delight box, which is basically 1 pack with 2 number cards, about 5 base cards, but they're more of a refractor looking card, and then 2 autos. That particular box was, let's see here, that was $600. The jumbo box was $800.
Wow.
And it was $300 for the hobby box.
Right.
So he had $1,800 worth of cards that he opened up, and he was looking at the ROI. When you're talking ballpark around $5 per card in all these packs all together, and out of the $1,600 that he spent, he got under $100 worth of cards in return. They were all base autos.
That's wow.
I'm telling you, we could talk a whole show on this, because if you take this a decade ago, 10 years ago, Topps Chrome, their rookies that they had autographs of in the set was 36.
Wow.
So the chances of you getting a top tier rookie autograph was pretty decent. This year, 200.
Wow.
So many of these rookies, he was looking on the back of the card. So all of the base autos, he'd look on the back of the card, and it would be a gentleman who has 18 at-bats, 1 hit in the majors.
So not really high.
Why put a rookie card out of this guy?
Yep.
So it's a highly anticipated release. It's a flagship product.
But I've heard it's not worth the money.
I mean, there's going to be $5,000, $10,000. There's going to be $100,000 cards in this product.
You could get them.
but the ceiling is so high. That's what drives the price of those cards up in the unopened boxes, is because the ceiling is so high, but the floor is bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
So
and you gotta get a lot of it.
too rich for my blood.
Right.
I will purchase they will be coming out with some blaster boxes and some individual packs. So I will buy some of them.
Cool,
But
okay.
as far as hobby boxes, oof.
Well, that came out on the 23rd, and then also on the 23rd was 2025 Panini Luminance Football is out now.
Yep.
And then coming out today is Donruss Elite Football.
Ooh.
So that's on the market today with the new rookies in there.
You bet.
So that's looking forward to seeing those in stores. Coming out next week is on the 30th is Upper Deck MVP Hockey for all your hockey fans. And then this one I'm kind of excited about. Coming out on the 31st, next Thursday, is 2025 Topps and Bob Ross, The Joy of Baseball. Those are some really cool cards. They have Bob Ross paintings in the background with a player embossed over top of them. If you want some nostalgia, a little collector piece, and not a big chase cards, but if you want some cool collector pieces, just some nostalgia, that little Bob Ross Topps set will be pretty cool.
Yeah,
what do you
I
think?
guess maybe the difference in years. If I should happen to pull a Bob Ross autograph out of a repack for $299, I'll let you have it, Clay.
I appreciate it. That was a look at this week's new releases in stores already or coming up. Jim, let's go ahead and shift gears. Talk of who's hot and who's not. What's happening in the world of sports cards and
You
who's
bet.
chasing.
So we got a lot of hot players out there right now. Of course, coming up, we talked about him just a little bit ago. Kyle Schwarber, of course, winning the All-Star game for the National League with the 3 straight home runs. So his cards definitely are on the rise right now. Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA for the Chicago Cubs. I mean, this guy, I don't know if you've watched, the Kansas City Royals and Cubs. They've been playing here over the last 3 games, and they've been pretty exciting games. To see Pete Crow Armstrong out there playing, man, he is a bowl of sugar out there. I'm telling you, man, that guy he reminds me a lot of the play style of Pete Rose.
Okay.
Giving 110% on every
play. Yeah. As you should.
If he's running from first to third, he'll slide in head first. He'll get dirty. I mean, the guy is a baller.
Yeah.
So he's definitely on the hot list this week. Jaden Daniels.
What?
Yes. So, of course, the Commanders, they just opened up training camp this week. A lot.
Jaden Daniels.
A lot of the attention has been focused on Jaden Daniels since the start of training camp. They're expecting big things from Jaden Daniels. So either that pile right there in front of you is going to grow in value, or it's going to tank. One of the two.
We'll hope for the best, because it's taken me all winter to kind of pick those up in early summer here. So I hope it goes up.
You better
believe
it.
That's why I invested. I invested in the guy. I hope he does good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like to do that just about every year on the baseball side. Yeah. It's always kind of a fun thing to do. Go through all the draft class, which they just had. That was kind of a unique thing they did this year, was to have the Major League Baseball draft over the All-Star game.
Yeah.
That was a little bit different this year.
In some local news, a young man from Missouri State got drafted to the Marlins. So that's pretty exciting. I don't know his name, but
that's good.
Yeah, right. David's over by there. David knows. So, but yeah, that was pretty exciting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I guess so. Leading the pack this week, we got to talk about him. He doesn't get much. He doesn't get much love.
Okay.
So
he's a
the
big
dumper.
He's a big name. I've been hearing a lot
big
about him.
dumper.
Yeah.
The big dumper, Cal Raleigh. catcher for the Seattle Mariners. Before the All-Star break, he was 1 home run shy of Barry Bonds' pre-All-Star home run total, and he ended up with 38. Barry Bonds actually had 39 before the All-Star break, but the guy is on pace now to even break the all-time home run record, and he's only 10 home runs away from the all-time catcher home run marked for the year. And he's only 10 home runs away.
And that's held by Mike Piazza, right? I believe so.
Let's see. I believe it was Salvador Perez.
Oh, might be Salvi. Did Salvi get that?
I do. I thought that's exactly what
we're looking towards David, but he's probably doing his research. You don't know.
But I do believe that's who had it. And Salvador Perez, where in the world he getting all this power, man? I mean,
he's coming up strong too.
I mean, he had two home run games. Then he had 3 consecutive games with the home run. I mean, he's been hot. But Cal Raleigh, we're getting a little bit off beat. So Cal Raleigh, he is definitely number 1 on the hot list this week. So get out there, get your rookie cards of all these guys. As a matter of fact, I think all of them but Kyle Schwarber. I guess we're going to have to get some Kyle Schwarber in on trade night tonight. I don't have any in the case out there at the game box. Now, we got everybody else. We got obviously plenty of Jane Daniels. I've got a bunch of Cal Raleigh rookies out there at the game box. So anyway, we're going to have to start hoarding in on these rookies and get them while they're hot.
Well, hey, that was the hot list. Let's look at this week's cold list. Who is cooling down? Who is not worth the investment right now?
So we've got, of course, basketball. It's NBA. It's been, the time of year. And we've got Paul George. He's on the cold list this year. Justin Verlander. He is on the cold list as far as when we get to baseball and MLB. And Ricky Pearsall, he's going to top our cold list this week with our hot and cold list.
All right, well, that's who you need to avoid if you're coming to trade night or you're going to the game box to purchase cards. Stay away from those guys.
Stay away from them.
I have some Ricky Pearsall in the dollar box, so be careful. He might get you.
He's in the quarter box.
But that's the hot and cold list for this week. And Jim, I'm ripping some cards today. I picked up this fat pack here, a value pack of 22 cards from Panini Contenders. I opened one yesterday. We're going to open another one here today. We're going to do it on this edition of Wax the Slabs.
Awesome. I'm excited. Maybe we're due for a banger to come out of these packs, man. Are we ever going to pull one out?
Well, today it's going to be it.
You're going to have to stay tuned and find out.
Stay tuned. So we'll get to it right after this on Wax the Slabs. Thanks, guys. Welcome back to Wax the Slabs, and this is the rip portion of today's program, and we've got 22 card value pack of Panini 2024 Contenders. Of course, we're going to see some of the big rookies in here like J.J. McCarthy, hopefully Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix Jr., so on and so forth. So let's get to ripping, see who we can get out of here. Jim, you were saying just a moment ago that we really need a big, strong banger in here because we haven't pulled much of anything lately.
We gotta do something here, Clay. I'm counting on you, buddy.
All right. Well, there's a Zay Flowers right off the get-go. Zay. There's a Harrison butt kicker. Tyler Lockett. Hey, somebody I was talking to said they're looking for some Seattle Seahawks. So, Jamar Gibbs. Try to get that in the picture there. We got a Brian Burns. What kind of uniform is that?
Is that college?
No, that's a New York Giants.
Oh, is that a throwback?
It looks something, yeah. That's pretty interesting. DeAndre Swift in a Bears uniform. Khalil Mack. Josie Jewell. This is a red and green parallel Devontae Adams. Another red one, Will Levis. C.J. Stroud. Game ticket. Here we go. We got a Ray Lewis and Keyshawn Johnson draft class. These are pretty cool cards.
Nice. Yep.
Some rookies. Here's a Joe Milton III rookie card. We got a round 1 contenders Brock Bowers and Ternald Arnold. Oh, here we go. There's a rookie stallion. We just talked about
him. Oh, no. Ricky? Don't tell me that's a Ricky.
It's a Ricky. Pearsall.
Oh, no.
You can find him in the quarter box. It's the game box later today. All right, we got Max Crosby, Mike Evans. We got a Josh Jacobs, Garrett Wilson. Not much in here. A lot of more base cards. Trey Hendrickson. We got a Trey McBride and a Kyron Williams.
What do you mean there's nothing in there? They're Ricky.
Yeah, there's a Ricky.
There's a Ricky.
He's on the top of the cold list. So yeah, it's not numbered or anything, so it's worth even that much less. You can find it later today, like I said. So nope, that's this week's pool right here on Wax the Slabs. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and hopefully you can make it out to trade night later tonight, 6:30 here at Radford Media Group in Clinton, Missouri. Join us if you can. If not, we'll post a lot of video and photos of the night, and hopefully you guys can join us via watching us online. So we appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.
Bye.